towards the bottom of the Excel window, in the left corner, there are a few different tabs. Right now they're labeled Sheet 1, Sheet 2, and Sheet 3. And this is actually because Microsoft Excel Workbook, which is a Microsoft Excel, an entire document that you would save on your drive under one name, can actually be divided into related spreadsheets called worksheets. So you have worksheet 1, which is a grid of columns and rows. Then you could have a second worksheet, which might have a related spreadsheet, its own separate grid of columns and rows, a third spreadsheet on sheet 3, and so on. You can add new worksheets by clicking the Insert Worksheet button. Each worksheet can be named. So you can have different worksheets that you want in the same document because they're related. So maybe for a small business invoice template for invoices, and maybe another related spreadsheet with the price list for the current items for sale, and so on. So worksheets are related spreadsheets that can be saved together in one Excel workbook. On the right side of the bottom, first you come to these 3 buttons, and these control the view, or how you're looking at the Excel spreadsheet worksheet window. So most of the time you're in this normal view, which shows you a grid of columns and rows, just like we've been working in so far. The next button over is the page layout view. Sometimes you're designing a spreadsheet where it's really important to know how it will print on a piece of paper. And so this switches it into kind of, it looks like a piece of paper. You still have your grid of columns and rows that you can design your spreadsheet in, but it shows you where your paper's margins are. It gives you a spot for a header and a footer at the bottom. So this tells you that if you were to print the spreadsheet, how it would look printed on a piece of paper. And then the third view is called Page Break Preview, which is kind of a combination of the two. It's closer to the grid of columns and rows. Right now it's showing up blank because there's actually nothing written on my spreadsheet. But it will show you, it'll give you dotted lines where the page breaks will show up. Most of the time I'm usually switching between the normal and the page layout view. And then the last section over here is just your zoom section, which doesn't affect how a spreadsheet prints, but it affects how you view it on the screen. So if maybe your eyes are like mine and they're getting a little bit old, you might want to zoom in, which will make everything on the spreadsheet a little bit larger, make it a little bit easier to see. So you can zoom in to work on a particular part of the spreadsheet. You can zoom out if you want to see more of the spreadsheet at a time. So the zoom tool is really just helpful when you're viewing the spreadsheet to kind of focus in or get the big picture of your spreadsheet. And then any parts of the spreadsheet that might be off the screen can be viewed with these scroll bars. So you've got a horizontal scroll bar that will scroll over, and you'll see you'll keep scrolling column after column to the right, and then you can go back to the left. Or if you want to scroll up and down, you use this scroll bar on the side. Scroll down and then up again.